I have a few things to say if you don't mind. Is that okay? I'm not going to be inappropriate. One of them is when you actually follow the lines, okay, on this area over here, the cutting of a square in half leaves you with a triangle that's 45 degrees on its angle, or if you want to run 135 degrees, because I always measure it 3 levels, okay? So this is a 45-degree angle, right? This square, 8 by 45. This triangle, the perfect Magen David, okay, is 6 by 60 degrees, okay? So this is a 60-degree time clock, and this is 8. 8 and 6, 105 is the hand of God. This becomes 66. Add 36 onto this. 6 times 60 is 360, plus the 0 is 6. 6 times 6 is 36, becomes 369. This is 8 times 45, and remember the degree sign is a 0. So turn that into 6 automatically, which is 15. 1 times 5, 1 plus 5. This is 0, 6. 0, 6 becomes 66, becomes 3. This becomes 3. This becomes 6. This is your creation, the star and the square. When we measure diameter, I'm jumping all around right now, okay? Circle, icicle, square. When we do this, 45 becomes the IT system. 4 times 5, 4 plus 5 equals 29. That's the IT system because it creates the IT letter. 4 times 5 is 20. 0 equals 6. That 29 becomes 35, and it now becomes Earth and Jupiter. 3 and 5, the third and the fifth planet. C and E, creation, evolution. When you get 35, that 35 will now make 15 and 8, which is the 15 ball, and the 8 ball. That separates the two sides of ball because the 15, okay, the 15 ball is actually the 7 ball on the low side. It is the 15 ball on the high side, which creates 11 on the high side and 0, 7 on the low side. 0, 7 becomes 6 and 7, which is a factor of 55. Also a factor of altered current, 1 and 3. And now it ignites the orange ball. Why does it ignite the orange ball? Because 5 and 15, okay, equals to 18, which is R. It becomes MER, okay, which is Merrick or Camarac, if you want to look at it. It becomes Big Mac. It becomes the farm. It becomes the mother. It becomes the ocean. It becomes the control. Why, we ask, why? The reason why is because the alternate current, okay, I'm going to see how I ended up explaining this. We get the 35, which is the 8 and the 15. The 7 becomes 67. 6 times 7 is 42. 9 lives of the cat. 6 plus 7 is 13. 13, 1 and 3 is your alternate current. The 13 ball and the 5 ball go together. The 13th letter is M. The first and the third letter that create 13 is AC. It becomes AC and D. It becomes McD's. Is what it actually creates. 13 is also connected to the 5 ball because every ball is divided by 8. Where one side, remember the 7th gate, because one side is for 7, the other side is for 7, and then 8 is what separates the two of them. Circle. When we take a circle and make it around, the diameter of a circle, the diameter is, what is the diameter? The diameter is not the greatest point, but the diameter of a circle is equal to all points. The greatest diameter of a square is only on 2 points on a square, but on this it's 4 points to the 4. Actually, it's this top corner to the bottom corner. Let me do this again. This top corner here to the bottom corner on this side. These two. Then it's these two. That's 4. So there's actually 6 parts here. This is one area. This is 2 areas. There's 3 parts of this diameter. This becomes 3 times to make the diameter of whatever it is. In order to figure out its greatest difference, height, width, H, W, and D, if you want to go that way. Height, width, and depth. Height, width, and length. Height, width, and length. Height, the width, and the depth. D is 4, H is 8, length is 12, is 3, 8, 3, 4, which is the separation in DC, because we have to use all the numbers up. In order for the machine to know what's happening, we have to use those numbers. When the football games come in and the scores are written, okay, it's telling us inside the system, go for the touchdown. Why do we do so many stupid things in sports? Why are things not counted by the refs? Because it's made to look that way. You see, the game of chance is to roll the dice. I win all my games. I never throw the dice. I put them in here and say, okay, that's what I need to do. That's what I must do in order to create. You don't look at the girl and you say, and make babies with her. But unless you do go to her and do the action, you ain't making no babies. Christmas, Bahamas. And we eat hummus. Wait a second. What happened to my page? Okay, it was down over here. So we've done this over here. Now, putting 60 and 45 together is 105, and this becomes 14. The round part of this around this is 14. 1 and 4 is 5. I also talked about Earth and Mars, Earth and Jupiter, 3 and 5, C and E. 3 times 5, 3 plus 5 is 15. Okay, the letter O. And 8, the letter H, becomes HO, or H2O, because we need 2 of them. This needs 2 circles minimum, the top and the bottom, in order to have the, if you only have 1, I have no depth. In fact, I need 6 of them to create everything. I need automatically 6 circles in here. 6 circles, and each circle needs to have 4 sides. That's your 24-hour day. 6, 4 sides for each side. This dice cube only has 1 side that'll penetrate the light. 6 here and 1 here. Every other side is 5. So because of the opposites, let's only count 3. There are 2 5s on this dice and 1 7. It's 5, 7, 5 the dice. Total of 17, 1 and 7, 1771. The Great Tea Party. So that's what you have for here. So like I said, the square in diameter, and I'm always looking diameter as the greatest distance. The flat face diameter of a circle is 4 areas, right? And all the areas, okay, I say that because the only way to go around is in 4 areas, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, that's in a square. In a circle, it would be 8. Would it not be 8? Now I'm going to get this confused even in my own mind. This is the way I work it, okay? The square, this is your diameter, okay? This is your diameter. You know, if a car was turning to the right-hand side, I did that video before. Anyways, let's get back. When they sell pizzas, okay, and I'm going to get into pizzas and bed sizes. When they sell a pizza, and it's a large, it's 16 inches. It's 16 inches around. It's not 16 inches wide, because this 16 inches wide this way and 16 inches wide this way, the corners are all missing on the circle. In all corners of the world, but there are no corners of the world. In fact, the only thing that the corner looks like is Alliance Pictures. Go look up Alliance. You'll see the sign of all the missing corners in Alliance. Because when you turn the Alliance corners that are missing around, when you turn the Alliance, this is what the Alliance looks like, right? So you have 1, and then you have 2, and then you have 3, and then you have 4. This is what the Alliance looks like backwards, right? And then you have 1 circle here, 1 circle here, 1 circle here, 1 circle here. You put a circle over that, and you run the clock. Now, all of these, do they move? I'm not going to start getting into that, but you know what I'm talking about. 4 circles, 1 circle in the center. Or 1 circle over here that connects these 2, 1 circle over here that connects these 2, 1 in the center that connects these 2. That's the way it's lined up right now. Now we could put 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, then 1 over these 2 to connect these 2, 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 and then 1 in the center. So you have 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1 is 9. In order to connect all the circles, they have to be on multiple levels. What is this thing over here? I just want to show you that Q and W are numbers 1 and 2. Why is Q and W on number 1 and 2? Although this is the 17th letter and this is the 23rd letter equaling to 40, on the iPad, right, that I looked at, they put 1 and 2 in these positions. See the way I created the letter I over here? The bone goes through the center. Here's an I, here's an I, here's an I, and this is not an I. But I'm not going to go through the total iPad yet. But this creates A and B. Q and W creates A and B. This is the 17th letter, 1 and 7. This is the 23rd letter, 2 and 3. 23 and 2 is 25. Plus 17 is 42, 43. DC connects right over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And P is valued at 0. 9 is the O letter. 8 is the I letter. 7 is the U letter. The 7th gate is 1 and 2. Inside U is 1 and 2. Q, W, and U now come together. 43, 53, 63, 64, Zion, Israel. So that's how this board is set up inside the iPad. There was one other thing I was looking at. I have to look up the manufacturer Bureau en Gros, which is a Canadian group. I forget what the name is. It's a paper company. They sell everything to do with paper and office supplies. And the letter R, you can see the letter R on their design actually looks like a man bent over and walking inside the void space. And if you look at the new Star Wars or the Star Wars insignias or the Star Wars that it's marked down, you can see there's designs inside the voids. Everything is inside the voids. What's there, what's not there. Your mind works for you. Your headache. I just want to jump onto one more thing. You get a headache, you take a pill, right? But you actually, it's a pulse of some sort. What is the pulse? Hold on. Aliens calling. Is it aliens calling? What is an alien? It's something of the unknown. That's alien. They alienated you. They put you out from the system. Alienation. Trying to get in contact with you. You get a headache, you take the aspirin, boom, no more contact. You say, well, how come my mother didn't call? Well, they put you to sleep. You took the aspirin. You got rid of the headache. No one's bothering you. Raphael, 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Thank you for watching.